What's up, Vinyl community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live, as always, from the Man Cave. It's been a while since the last time I spoke to you guys. It's been probably 3 or 4 months since I sat in this chair and did a video. Even the last video I aired for you guys came out a couple months ago. It was a couple months old. So it's been a while. Not trying to quit you guys or leave you guys or anything. I've gotten some questions. I've had some other friends get questions about where's the Man Cave. I doubt it's been that serious of a thing. But like I said, every so often I'll have a friend shoot me a text message or a DM or whatever saying that they've got, people asking what the state of the channel is. So I figured I'd pop on real quick just to give you guys an update as the state of the channel. Kind of a very vague update with what's going on with me. And then something that's a little bit more exciting for me. And then, like I said, a little future update of the channel. And because it wouldn't be a Man Cave video without showing you some albums, I'm going to show you some albums that I've bought since the last time I addressed you guys. Hopefully go through them really quickly. A lot of Grail stuff. Because even when you're not seeing me pop up on here, guys, I'm still getting heat. I mean, I just am. I don't know how to not buy vinyl. So I don't. Even when I'm not looking for it, it finds me. I haven't been in a record store since November. But just a couple of days ago, got 3 or 4 in. So they're always coming in. Again, not going to the record store only because I haven't had time. And not getting behind the camera for these videos only because I don't have time. Yeah, that's literally it. But before I get started, cheers to you guys. It's been a while. What's up, my friends? I hope you guys have all been doing great. And I'm sure you haven't seen me in your comment sections to some of your videos like a lot of you are accustomed to. It's a lot of you I comment on every video. And I haven't. I don't think I've commented but one video in the last 3 or 4 months. And that was my boy Tree at a Supreme Love. That was just last night. That was literally last night. So gonna try to do a better job at popping back in here more likely. If it seems like it's because I don't have time for you guys, it's kind of, well, look, your boy don't even have time to get a haircut. Yeah, I don't think I had a haircut since November. That's rough. And then when you're older, like I am, you're getting grayer. Hey. So a couple of life updates. I turned 38 since the last time I talked to you guys. I'm 38 years old now. 1,000 gray hairs for every year I've circled this earth. So part of the issue, and I'm not going to go into too great a detail because I'm not here for pity parties. That's just not what I do. I've had some health problems. Again, I'm fine. I'm okay. Your boy's not dying. Not today, anyway. Not going nowhere. I'm just taking him. I'm getting older, so I'm taking him more seriously. Instead of ignoring things like I used to in my 20s. Up in my late 30s, I got a 6-year-old daughter I'm trying to be around for. So when I don't feel right now, I go to the doctor. And come to find out, there are a few little, things I've got going on. And I'm doing my best to make sure that I'm okay, and then I'm okay, and then I'm around for my daughter and for my wife. Without going into too great a detail, I see a few more doctors now than I used to see, and I take a few more medications than I used to see. For any, close friends of mine or whatever, if you want to get more detail on it, you guys know where to find me. A lot of you got my phone number, but I'm fine. But so that's a lot more time. I've done several tests. I've, given away quite a bit of blood, but I'm fine. Rest assured, okay? Can't keep a good man down. And furthermore, the exciting news: I'm a assistant coach for my daughter's softball team, and that's taken up a great deal of my time. That's practice 4 days a week. That's games, 1 and 2 day games a week. We haven't played our first game yet, but it's coming. I think it's supposed to be next week. But again, that's practice 4 days a week, including Saturdays. So I'm getting off work. I'm going to work at 6:45 in the morning. I'm there. I'm at work. And I run all the inventory in the shop from 6:45 to 5:30. That is my full-time job. It never stops. 5:30, I knock off. I'm on my way to baseball practice. I go straight from my job, 30 minutes away, all the way to a field out in a little small town. And I practice 2 hours. And then I get my daughter home. From there, it's homework, it's meals, it's bath, it's jump my ass in the shower real quick. And if I have the energy, shovel a sandwich or something down my mouth real quick so I'm not going to bed starving. And no complaints because I'm loving it. So that's a short synopsis as to where you boys been. I'm not loving the doctors so much, but I'm cooperating. I am loving being assistant softball coach for my daughter's softball team. And I'm going to hit you guys up with some pictures and stuff in here. It's been great. It's been wonderful seeing her really go at something for the first time. And it's been truly tremendous. I'm really loving every moment of it. And for me, a guy who played baseball from ages 5 to 18, to me, the hardest thing about leaving high school was leaving all these sports behind because they had been such a huge part of my life. And then after that, you're a spectator. And yeah, you know, you don't play anymore and you miss it. And you watch games and you think to yourself, I wonder when I used to do that. And you come back and now it's a big part of my life again. And the best part is it's with my absolute favorite person in the world. So I get to be there for her and for her teammates and loving it. So show you guys a quick run through of some things that I found. I'm not showing you everything. This would be a 45-minute to an hour video if I showed you everything that I found since the last time I came to you guys. But I'm going to show you some new stuff I found that I'm excited about. And I'm going to show you Grails because you guys know how I wag and wheel. And some records that you should know about, maybe you don't. First of all, this is one I got a couple months ago and I hadn't pulled the plastic on it, and then something happened a few days ago. Still haven't pulled the plastic on it. But one of my favorite jazz musicians of all time, Wayne Shorter, with Terry Lynn, Carrington Leo Genovese, Esperanza Spalding, live at the Detroit Jazz Festival. I was sold with Wayne Shorter. That was enough for me. And of course, I like Esperanza Spalding. So that was enough. So I got it a couple months ago and haven't had time for it. And then a couple of days ago, one of my heroes, Wayne Shorter, passed away. 89 years old. So very sad, as I don't have very many jazz heroes left. And I know that's me, and I know that's a lot of people that watch my videos for jazz. I know that's you guys as well. So Godspeed, Wayne Shorter. Thank you for the music. Thank you. It means so much to me, and I know so many other people that watch my channel for jazz. Thank you so much. You've meant the world to so many of us. Next up, you guys are not going to be seeing this coming, but a lot of people who know my day-to-day listening habits will see this coming. It's Country Squire, the new album from Tyler Childers. Of course, it's not a new album, but that's what the sticker says, damn it. I've gotten big into singer-songwriters here lately. You know, not that bro country shit that comes on the radio, but all the guys a little bit more behind the scenes, more singer-songwriter types like Tyler Childers. I've gotten into guys like him. I listen to him a lot at work. It's common. It's something that I could throw my AirPods in, listen at work, do my job, and not too distracting. For the longest time, this album had shot up in value. I think it went out of print for a little brief period of time, so people were spending like over $100 on Discogs and eBay. And then all of a sudden, my local shop got them in for $20 a pop. So had to have it because I was never spending over $100 for it. Very excited to have it. Next up, so this past week was probably the most, it's probably the best week I can think of for new releases in jazz in a while. A couple of outstanding tone poets I've been looking forward to. One I've been looking forward to since they announced it, the remarkable Carmel Jones with Harold Land. Guys, this is a master work. It's on Pacific Jazz. And I still will want an original pressing, I can assure you of that. But for now, it's really great just to have the music. And the next one up is Andrew Hill's Dance with Death. I've found every Andrew Hill tone poet done in this run to be very, very well done. And I'm sure this will be no different. You know, Andrew Hill, Charles Tolliver, Joe Farrell, Victor Sproles, and Billy Higgins. Guys, I liked it so much that I accidentally bought it twice. No idea. That's how hectic my life's been. Evidently, I pre-ordered it when they first announced it, and then the other day was scared of missing out on it. So when they hadn't ordered it and didn't think nothing of it, and then they both showed up in the mail. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to get my Tunes Tag 2023, my jazz vinyl tag, up in the next week. I know I'm always a little behind on it, but it's fine. Everybody that participates, I'm going to, at the end of it, going to draw you randomly. I will tell you I'm not going to ship internationally, but I will do free shipping for anybody in the United States of America. One of these two copies if you have it, if you don't have it. If you do have it, tell me, and then I'll find the next number down the line and I'll send it to that person. And of course, I'll talk further detail about that in that video. I'd rather do that than send it back, obviously. I can send one back, get a refund, but this is more fun. So that's how we're going to do that. Next up was one I was very excited about. It did hit me though when the charge came out on my on my card, because it was a bit more than I'm accustomed to spending. It's Eddie Lockjaw Davis with Shirley Scott, Cooking with Jaws and the Queen, Craft Recordings. Mastered by Bernie Grundman, 4 LP box set. Super excited. Cookbook Volume 1, Volume 2, Cookbook Volume 3, and Smoking, which is essentially Cookbook Volume 4. I cannot wait to open this and dive into the music. Everything Kraft puts out is gold. I can't wait. I wish I was listening to it now, honestly. But I missed you guys. Next up, Jimmy Rolls. We Could Make Such Beautiful Music Together. George Mraz, Leroy Williams. I knew nothing about this, but my boy Marcus, DJ Party, had told me that he had a copy, an extra copy, and that I needed to have it. I needed to have it in my life. He knows how much I love a good piano trio setting. So he sent it my way, and I got to tell you, I did love it. Marcus, if you ever see this, I really dug it. Next up, Max Roach. On our go. Max Roach Quintet. It's original pressing. Max Roach, Hank Mobley, Kenny Dorham, George Morrow, and Ramsey Lucas. What? Next up, Eric Dolphy, Mal Waldron, and more importantly, the lead man, the front man on the session, Ron Carter. Where? It's a status pressing. Of course, also with George DeVivier and Charles Persip. Guys, this is a killer album. It's a status. I think it's like a second or third pressing. If you guys notice something different about it, the original owner of the album, who took immaculate care of the record, by the way, taped reviews to the cover. As you see, the back cover is flawlessly clean. But it kind of adds to its charm, if you will. I bought several from the same person's collection. You're going to see a few here now. But that would usually aggravate the piss out of me. But for some reason, I find it quite charming this time around. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting soft in my older years. But this is an immaculate session. I'm very happy to own it. And like I said, I don't know. A few years ago, that drove me crazy. But funny how we all change. Next up, Lou Donaldson, Lightfoot. Lou Donaldson, awkwardly enough, since we talked about Wayne Shorter today, one of the last of my jazz heroes, still walking among us. This, of course, not an original pressing. I wish it was. It's one of them, which these always sound amazing, by the way. But, you know, it's Herman Foster, Peck Morrison, Jimmy Wormworth, and Ray Barretto on conga. So it's an amazing album. All right, so for the longest period of time, guys, I had gotten rid of a lot of my vocal jazz. I traded it off for non-vocal jazz. And one of those artists that bit the dust in my collection, and I just started regretting it recently and decided I was going to fix it, was the wonderful Nina Simone. And I got to wanting, one album in particular in this stack that I'm getting ready to show you, a trio of Nina albums. And I missed it. And then all of a sudden, a couple of my friends started getting copies, and they were posting this like, damn it, I got to get that back. But this is Silk and Soul. I love it. It's not exclusively what you'd say exclusively a jazz record. There's some soul going on here. It's funky in moments. I really dig it. It's one of my favorites by Nina Simone. It's definitely one I decided that I had to have. And I found it on Etsy, of all places. There's a dealer on Instagram that I had become friends with called The Final Garage US. And they have an Etsy shop. And for any of you guys who aren't familiar with Etsy, every piece of art you're looking at in the background, every piece of art you've ever seen in the man cave, everywhere I look, everywhere I put my eyes, every single one of them came from Etsy. My wife had kind of made me a deal when we moved into this house and when I started building the man cave, if you will, that the room was mine to do with what I pleased decoratively, but no posters. She didn't want the room to look like it was a frat boy's room. She wanted classy, more artsy. So I thought it was stupid at the time, and now I'm so glad that my wife stuck her head in there. But I could have saved a lot of money on posters, and I've spent thousands of dollars on the art in this room. But worth it. Worth it. Next up, Nina Simone and her friends, an intimate variety of vocal charm. The only imperfection that there, but no splits, no seams, no problems, no nothing like that. Bethlehem Records, a phenomenal, just a phenomenal record. The only imperfection really besides the front is, there's some circling of some songs on the back. I could probably get rid of it if I wanted to. A lot of times I'm nervous to tackle and mess with vintage album covers. Next up, Nina Simone Jazz has played in an exclusive side street club. I flat out love this album, Little Girl Blue. This is the one really that I really wanted to have back. This is a vocal jazz masterpiece. And I got it in a deal. The seller, Vinyl Garage US, had all 3 of these Nina albums and some more. But these were the 3 I decided I really wanted. So I went hard for them, and I got myself a copy of all 3. Hey, will it be my last copy of this album? No, probably not, because if I get a chance to go cleaner on the wax, I will, even though the wax is not bad. Next up, Inner Urge, Joe Henderson, Masterpiece. Masterpiece. And this is one of them Blue Label Black Bee type deals. But this is one of my favorite albums by Joe Henderson. I freaking love it. And I've always wanted an original pressing. And some reason, somehow, some way, it's always eluded me. I'll have it someday. The best copy I've ever had was an SRX pressing. And somebody offered me a lot of money for it. And I got weak and I sold it. And I wish I had it back. But now it's going for $300-400. And before I do that, I'll just up that ante a little bit and get myself an original pressing. So one of these days, I'll have that original pressing. Until then, this is more than good enough. Next up, most recent acquisition that's closer to being original, but not original. For me, I have the most look you'll ever see on Bill Evans' second and third pressings. I don't have very many first, but I got a ton of second and thirds. And this is another example. I believe this is a second, I think. It's either a second or a third. It's got that like teal, light green Riverside label on it. But it's Bill Evans Trio Explorations. Got it in a trade. Bill Evans, Scott LaFaro, Paul Motion. I mean, it's the Bill Evans Trio. I mean, legendary shit. But I got it in a trade as part of a trade. I had an album up for sale on Instagram. Everybody always offers trades. Hardly anybody ever goes for the cash. But of course, for me, when I'm selling to fund something else. So for me, I always want cash in the deal. But he threw me just enough cash in the deal as well as this to make it worth my while. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Next up, original pressing, of course, immediately after I got the reissue. This one here, a reissue of recently came out. I think it's Verve Acoustic Series, if I'm not mistaken. But it's of this one. It's Roy Brooks Beat. So it came out a couple of months ago, and I'd always wanted the album. And I'd never had any luck, so I just broke down and bought that. And then, of course, a couple of weeks later, my boy Marcus, DJ Pari, calls me and says, "Hey, man, want this?" Original pressing. So, Workshop Jazz. Absolutely love it. With Blue Mitchell, Eugene Taylor, Hugh Lawson, George Bohannon, and Junior Cook. It's, it's mind-blowing good. Next up, got 2 more albums to show you guys. There's one, but these 2 probably my best finds of the end of last year, I'm going to say. But for starters, go. Text recording. I mean, does anything else really need to be said? Sonny Clark, Butch Warren, Billy Higgins. It's an original stereo pressing. Splatow. Guys, it's another one that came from the collection of that guy that got me the Ron Carter. Except for it doesn't dominate as much of the front or back cover. It's just a little review taped right up here in the corner. Like I said, I probably could get it off, but I'd be so pissed at myself if I was to take it off and mess up the cover in any way. And then B, it's just kind of neat. And what's more important to me is, goddamn, the wax is clean. Clean, clean, clean. And then look how clean the front cover is. This is a masterwork. This is one of those jazz albums you kind of just have to have. It's in the have to haves. Yeah, it's one you need to have in your life. So if you don't jump on it. Last but not least, arguably my favorite find of last year. I had more expensive finds than this one last year. I had the Hank Mobley Dippin' sealed OG. I had the Monk in San Francisco sealed OG. I had I got the Grail self-titled, the Jackie McLean. I got the man, just so many last year. It was a great year for me. And to be honest with you, I got some more expensive records in 2022, but this one is arguably my favorite, if I'm being real with you. Roy Brooks, The Free Slave. Because you're just not going to see this. This is not one you see ever. John Jenkins. That was the one I couldn't think of a minute ago. John Jenkins with Kenny Burrell last year, which was the most expensive record I ever got. But Roy Brooks, The Free Slave, with George Coleman, Woody Shaw, Hugh Lawson, and Cecil McBee, recorded live at the Left Bank Jazz Society. It's on Muse Records. Original pressing, she's clean. But my boy Marcus and DJ Pari had hit me up and, of course, asked me if I was interested in a copy. I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, man, I know somebody who's got one for sale at the record fair in Richmond this weekend. I'm planning on being first in line. If you want, I can try and snag it for you. And I was short on funds at the time. He got it for me anyway and just let me make it up to him. And that was just, man, Marcus, if you're watching, man, I owe you so much. You're a great friend. You helped me out so much. Thanks, man. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate it. So, I'm glad that I was able to get in here, throw a video together for you guys real quick. I'm not going to lie to you. You probably won't see me that much for the next few months. Softball practice just started up. The games haven't started yet. Once they do, it's going to be 3 or 4 practices a week and 1 or 2 games a week. So the amount of free time that I have to sit in here and talk to you guys about music is going to be slim to none. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm getting this video out for you guys. I'm going to try to throw that tunes tag, the Jazz Vinyl Tag 2023, out for you guys this weekend. And then we'll go from there. I'll see when I can get to you between now and, you know, the mid to end of spring. It's not going to be that much. Like I said, I'll try to throw something together for RSD for you guys. I'll be hanging out with my boy, Take Me to Birch, Josh, as always. I know you guys haven't seen him on here since October. And then, of course, my boy, Tree McGee, Supreme Love is coming in town. So we're going to entertain. We're going to want to throw something together for that. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. I really am. So we'll see what we can get together for you guys between now and the end of softball season. And look forward to the Tunes Tag 2023 coming at you guys this weekend. Until then, I hope all you guys are doing great. I'll try to look at your videos when I get a chance. Try to drop you a comment. Know that I'm thinking about each and every one of you, even if you're not hearing from me. And at least with this video getting out now, you guys don't, some of you, the 3 or 4 of you that wondered about it, don't have to sit around and wonder, where's Chris at Tunes from the Man Cave at? What's going on? Is he okay? I'm okay. We're all good. I'm great. And I'll shoot you guys a line every time I get a chance, okay? I'll really work on it. See you guys this weekend for the Tunes Tag. Somebody's going to win themselves a copy of that Andrew Hill Tone Poet, which I probably award, you know, after I feel like the participation is dried out for the Tunes Tag. But anyway, until next time, until next video, keep dropping that needle, you guys.